We wouldn't know the name Bela Bartók on such a grand scale had it not been for the Concerto for Orchestra. Bartók fled Hungary as the Nazis were closing in the late 30s. And by 1940, he was concertizing as a pianist, as a duo pianist with his partner. When he got to America, he also got very sick. So he was diagnosed with leukemia. And it looked like he was coming to the end of his life. And then Serge Koussevitzky of the Boston Symphony showed up at his hospital bed with $1,000 in his pocket and said, you know, Koussevitzky recognized the genius that was Bela Bartók, and he offered him this commission to write basically whatever he wanted. So it's a misconception. It's not really a concerto. It is for orchestra. It's more like a symphony. Bartók would have looked back to previous masters. Bartók wasn't so fond of Bach and Mozart as much as he was Beethoven. It's a kind of a multi-rhythmic work, which basically, features and showcases the virtuosity of all the strings and all the brass. And so we have this concerto for orchestra that Bartók essentially stayed well enough for just a few years to write to be premiered. It's a concerto literally for 80 people. So every single musician is put to the test. And basically as a feat that is a stepping stone for an orchestra, I think, to get to the next level. Performing the concerto for orchestra where, no musician gets to hide for 1 second. So we're really looking forward to presenting that to the audience. On the page, and normally when we hear it and see it, Mozart's music, it looks perfect. It takes so much more intuition, precision, musical training and background and understanding of how these pieces might have been played in the first place. So when you hear Mozart played incredibly well, it's always kind of misleading in terms of how easy a performer can make it look. Our concerto competition winner, Indigo Fisher, brings this off with grace and eloquence and incredible musicality. She won our concerto competition this year. She's currently an undergrad student at CU Boulder, so she's a local performer. And I'm really looking forward to working with her, and she's actually making her orchestral debut with the Arapahoe Philharmonic in this concerto. Most of the music we're going to be playing at the concert was composed in North America. So the Bartók in 1944 had its premiere with the Boston Symphony, and the Márquez Danzón No. 2 was written in 1992. In Mexico. The Danzón No. 2 has been referred to recently as the second national anthem of Mexico. It's so popular. And he wrote some incredible music really capturing the essence, much like Bartók, of the folk music tradition. In Márquez's case, the mariachi tradition. The feel and the nature and the fun and the swing of this music and these rhythms that Arturo Márquez writes. And it also does feature an incredible percussion section and layout, and we're actually going to feature a couple of our soloists from the Arapahoe Philharmonic.